Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kim and welcome back to Uncommonkim. So, we're drastically coming towards the end of the year, which is terrifying in one way, exciting in another, but I saw Steph from Steph Loves Do This. I'll leave Steph's video linked down below, but she did 10 before the end, so 10 books I want to get to before the end of 2025. Ooh. So I've compiled a little stack of 10 books that I would like to get to before the end of this here year. Let's go. I'm a bit nervous, don't know why. The first book I'm going to talk about I don't actually own yet because it is not out yet, and that is Brigands and Bread Knives by Travis Baldry. This is the third book in the Legends and Lattes series. First one being Legends and Lattes, second one being Bookshops and Bone Dust, but in time order. Bookshops and Bone Dust comes first, and then Legends and Lattes. I'm umming and ahhing whether I reread the first two. I'm just gonna see how I feel when it gets here, because I know it's kind of it has the same characters in the same world. It's a different timeline completely, and I also remember what happened in the previous book, so it's not like I have to do it, but just for that, yeah, cozy vibe. I'm thinking about it, but as soon as this gets in my door, in the post, to here, through the door, you damn straight you know that I'm reading that shit. Because I'm excited for it. Next, we have Nevernight by J. Kristoff. I enjoy J. Kristoff's writing, and I've been told I will really like this. I've been told I will enjoy this, so I am very much intrigued in it, and it has been on my TBR quite a while, but it has been something I've been very interested in 2025, so I am very, very excited to get to this one. Obviously, Empire of the Dawn has just come out, and I had every plan to have read Empire of the Damned by now. Have not. Was going to put it on this TBR, has not, so we're going for Nevernight instead, because less pressure. Is a new series though, but less pressure. The next two I'm going to do together, because they're a part of the same series and I can. So the first one is A Strawberry Patch Pancake House, and the next one is A Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. If you don't know, which I'm sure you do, I love this series with every ounce of my being. Every book in this series has been 5 stars so far for me. I freaking love the cozy vibes. I love the small town romance. We know. For some reason, I haven't read this. Well, I've started it. I haven't finished this. And I think it's because, as you guys know, my reading hasn't been on ball this year. I took a 2-month break. And I'm slowly reining it back in. So I think I could fly through this very easily, ready for December, for me to read this. If you don't know, in December, every year, I do a week of reading Christmassy romances. This is a freaking Christmassy romance, so I will be inhaling this. But in order to read this, I need to read this one first, so they're both going on here for that very reason. I'm very excited. This one we follow Archer, who's very new to the town, and Iris, who we met in the Christmas tree farm. And then in this one, I'm so excited, we have Annie and Mac. And during this entire series, they have been at war. They're like rivals, like enemies to lovers kind of thing, but we know why. We don't know anything, we don't know the tea. So I'm very excited to read these two. Carrying on with Christmassy vibes, because why not? We have Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. This is a new release by B.K. Borison, but oh my good Christ, is everyone in her nan loving this. This is another one that I probably will read in December, probably in my romance vlog. Probably. As long as the gods are on my side. You don't know what's happening. Well, you'll find out in December. Got all my content planned, lads. You've got no idea what's coming. What a month. So yeah, I believe this is like, so he's the ghost of Christmas past, but she's not exactly Scrooge. I don't really know an awful lot about it, apart from we follow Nolan and Harriet. That's all I know. And to be honest, based off the vibes of the cover, don't need to know much else, because it will be schley. I'd say, again, following Christmassy vibes, but I count this as an in-between. An in-between December an October vibe. Nightmare Before Christmas retelling, because good Christ are they coming out thick and fast at the moment. So this is Sally's Lament by Mari Mancusi, and it came out last year and I bought it last year, and if you have been here long enough you know that Christmas was not a vibe last year and I read Nout. I was not looking forward to Christmas this time last year. This time last year I was dreading the motherfucking season, and this year I'm trying to be positive, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Sally's Lament came out last year. I bought it, never read it. So it's What If Sally Discovered Christmas Town Instead of Jack. Vibes. Vibes. The other book that I kind of want to get to, but probably might not have time, is this one, which is Hour of the Pumpkin Queen by Megan Shepherd. Another Nightmare Before Christmas retelling. Weirdly enough, the same series as this, but they're by different authors. So don't quote me, I don't know, but I have them. But this is my main one because it came out last year and I'd like to be caught up. Vibes. It is horror-y. No, it's not horror-y, it's not before Christmas, for fuck's sake, Kimberly. It is Halloween-y because it's Nightmare Before Christmas, and obviously they are based in Halloween Town, but obviously it is Sally discovering Christmas Town, so then it has Christmas. I feel like this is very Christmas heavy so far. Let's move away from the Christmas. Another big one on my list that I want to get to this year is Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. I love John, we all know I love John, and for some reason I haven't read this series. I've got this and I've got Fury of the Gods left to go, and John recently announced he's done his first draft of a new series. So now I'm like, well shit, get it in gear, girl, and let's go. Because we need to get this read, we need to get Fury of the Gods read. This is the bigger one out of the two. This is a chunky boy. 636. Jesus. I read Shadow of the God last year, gave it 5 stars. Best book, one of the best books I read last year. Loved it. Can't wait to carry on with this, especially how that ended. I just haven't been in an epic fantasy mood this year, if you can tell. At least since March, because I read a couple of epic fantasies in March, and then I just flatlined and read horror, thrillers, mysteries for the rest of the year. So it hasn't been great. But I'm feeling my fantasy era on the horizon, and I'm ready. And this is going to be my first pick when it arrives. It's a Norse-inspired epic fantasy, in case you don't know. It's book 2 in the Bloodsworn saga, if you don't know. If you don't know, get to know. Read John. But start with Malice in Faith from the Fallen. Don't start with this. You'll have no idea what's going on. And next one is a very popular book of 2025 as a whole, and I just want to get to the end of this year and say, I understand the hype. And it's Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Diderman. So many people love this, and I want to be one of them. So again, haven't read this sooner because I haven't been in the vibe for this, but I can feel it coming. I got for so long. So yeah, basically I know that Steph loves this series, I know that Becca loves this series, I know that Gavin loves this series, and I want to love this series because I think it's a vibe. The synopsis sounds right up my alley and sounds like something that I will demolish, based off of one word, well, one sentence, and one sentence only, being Princess Donut, which I believe is his ex-girlfriend's show cat. Say no more. Bring an animal into the mix, say no more. Especially a name as glamorous as Princess Donut. Also heard the audiobook's really good for this, so oh my god, there she is. I've just noticed she's there. Oh, that's really cute. Okay, right, last 2. They're both cozy fantasies, but I'll go through one at a time. So we have Uncharmed by Lucy Jane Wood. The fact I haven't read this yet is a fucking joke. We're being nice to myself. I haven't been in the mood for fantasy, full stop. I wanted blood, guts, gore and murder, and I read blood, guts, gore and murder for 4 months. Yay. And then obviously 2 months of the year I didn't read anything, so we've just got to let me do what I wanted to do through that weird random phase. But fantasy needs to return, and I think November, December is a perfect time for cozy fantasy. So Uncharmed. This is book 2. Book 1 is Rewitched. Really enjoyed Rewitched. I think I gave it 4 stars. Very excited for this one. I actually went and met Lucy Jane Wood a couple of months ago, and I'm very excited to read this because it has more like baking vibe, and we love the baking vibes. And also there's a cat, because what cozy fantasy doesn't have a cat in it? And then the final book of my 10 before the end is A Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I also met Sangu at the same event I met Lucy, so I'm very excited to read this one. I don't really know much about it, look how cute, other than cozy vibes. Some sort of golden Doge, which we like. And I've been told TJ Clune House and the Cerulean Sea vibes. Now if you know how much I love that series. So very, very excited. And I actually think I'm going to read out of this whole stack. This is probably going to be the one I read first, because I have a vlog that I'm currently filming, and this fits in perfectly for that vlog. None of the other books do, because I like to make myself difficult. My life difficult, don't I? Yeah, I do. So yeah, very excited for this one. I think it's going to be great vibes. Happy days. Here we are, lads. My 10 before the end, but obviously imagine that Briggins and Bread Knives is in this stack. I'm very excited. Let me know if you've read any of these. I'd love to know. I really would. And let me know your reviews. Let me know what your 10 before the end is. As I've been saying, I have a lot of content coming up towards the end of this year that I have pre-recorded. So I'm very excited. And I'm hoping we can finish this year on an up rather than last year, which was a down. And let's not flatline, you know. Just an FYI as well, I've been having to think about this. I will not be doing a 26 in 26 next year. Reason being, the number's getting fucking massive. I started doing 20 or whatever it was, that kind of challenge back in 2020 when it was 20 books, and now it's 26 and it's just getting a bit much. So I decided I'm not going to do it. Instead, I'm going to do a 12 book priority TBR, which I will do a video for, but I won't be doing that trend because it's a lot of fucking books. And I'm also noticing that looking at my list for 25 and 25, I don't want to read any of them now. So it doesn't really, having 26 books sitting there going, I don't want to read any of you, is quite a lot. Where to have 12 books sat there going, no, less overwhelming, you know? Catch my drift. So that's my decision. But you will see a video of my priority TBR rather than a 26 and 26, because yeah, the number's just getting a bit big for me, you know. Anyway, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed, leave me a heart down below. Make the colour represent how your week's been. Like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all soon for another video. Bye.